Today, me, Macho Gato, Akumaso, and Hakaiser, the final brave of the Otaku Clubhouse. We're gonna give our take, our definitive tier list on Shonen main heroine and how they rank on her scale. So, fellas, how you feeling?
I am feeling particularly. I don't know. I was trying to think of something funny to say, but I failed.
Huh?
Felt like this is gonna be 2 hours. I'm not gonna get back.
Nah, I mean, for anybody who watched our last video, that did take quite a while, but there was a lot more room for debate. I think with this tier list, with this particular cast of characters we're going through, you're gonna notice there's not gonna be as many bangers, and there's not gonna be, as much contention here. Like, I'm pretty sure we're gonna agree on most, if not all, all of the rankings here.
I think, just real quick, I think a quick aside, we should mention real quick what we mean when we say main heroine.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
if you look down this list, there's going to be some obvious contention, considering the fact that some of these girls aren't the main girl?
They're not the love interest or whatever, but we're more so basing it off the primary supporting character of the stories of the respective series that happen to be female. And as you see, we don't have like representatives from every one of the shonens that we had last time because, well, there aren't really that many.
It also just like, after a while, it's like, hey, do you recognize this character? What's that series? But
Yeah.
let's roll into it. Go ahead and grab
switching.
whoever you think you want first.
Okay. How about I start with something nice, simple, easy? I would be very shocked if you guys disagree. Bulma from Dragon Ball.
Yeah, that's easy game. Easy game, of course. Typical.
I can't really... Yeah, she's very much her own character. I don't think anyone's gonna say Bulma is not 100% her own character. And has been kind of parodied and had her character archetype used in other shonen series up to this point.
Yes, absolutely. And unlike many of the other characters on this tier list, Bulma has managed to stay relevant from the time she was introduced to, to the continuations and the sequels and the movies and spin-offs. And she's not even Goku's love interest. She's just the smart girl, the intelligent inventor, and and I guess for throughout the series she's been she's been used for sex appeal, but that's not her primary purpose.
She's actually very similar to another character who I'm not sure we're going directly into, but as soon as you grab her, I will point it out like immediately. She's basically Bulma.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I guess I will go with the one who's the visually most similar to Bulma, which would be Botan from Yu Yu Hakusho. And before I place her, I feel like she's A. What do you guys think?
Well,
It's been a while since I've last seen Yu Yu Hakusho. I feel like early Botan has a lot going for her, but I feel like her role just gets diminished over time.
Yeah, she definitely gets phased out as the series goes on. Like, she's not even in all of the arcs. She's only in like the first arc. She's a cheerleader during the Dark Tournament, but some of the more founding arcs of Yu Yu Hakusho, like the what is it, the one where he meets Genkai in the Saint Beast arc, she's not even a part of it. So or really the I don't know, the what is that fucking arc? The Sensui arc, the Chapter Black arc. Yeah.
listen,
We're listening.
I might be biased.
You are?
Botan is one of my eternal waifus. Okay, since I was a wee Kaiser. You know what I'm saying? So for me, she S. She the baddest bitch on the list.
That's cap.
It might be cap, alright? But that's how I feel. I'm gonna have to agree that she does sort of fall off, and she doesn't really like do a whole lot. She just sort of stands around and like gives some sort of exposition sometimes, but like she not. So I'm gonna definitely say she.
I'll say she can't. I would say that she wouldn't be any lower than A, because at any point I don't feel like Botan really does anything detrimental to the story. She kind of exists as a bit of a plot character. Like she exists in order to explain what's going on. She does a lot of info dumps and stuff like that, but she never at any point feels like she's just like unlikable in any way. And I do agree with the fact that just aesthetically she still has a pretty decent aesthetic. Her best being obviously the kimono on top of the broom. That's pretty iconic for her character.
Yeah.
So I'd say, like, if you compare her just based on design to a lot of the other characters, she's at least striking enough. Like, aside from the fact that she has blue hair like Bulma, she does have a striking enough aesthetic to stand on her own. So I wouldn't put her any lower than A, but I definitely wouldn't put her in S.
Alright. So, but in similar vein, should we stick with like the classic characters and just
let's keep.
Nah, yo, just fucking throw a dart and see where it lands.
I wish you could do that. How about Athena from
Saint Seiya.
Saint Seiya, or
well, Saint Seiya fucking sucks.
I was really hoping you
just
wouldn't
throw
say
it
it.
Trash, just along with anyone else.
I think she's kind of sleep though. Like literally, like I don't know anything about her.
See, here's the thing.
That could just be my fault for not really paying attention to Saint Seiya, but
I think she kind of doesn't really have a personality. Like, you know how I was talking about how Botan kind of exists for exposition? The same thing is with Athena, but Athena also exists as a fucking plot device because she just gets kidnapped all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Like, unfortunately, she really exists in that weird point where people would complain about female characters existing to do nothing but get kidnapped and to talk and to be one for the heroes. That's kind of what she is.
Well, not even, like, the niggas in there, like, sort of worship her because she's, like, the embodiment of a guy, and, like, they dick riders. Not dick riders, but you know what I mean. They're, like, super loyal to her, even though she doesn't really have a personality. She's not, like, charismatic, and, like, people are like, oh, Athena-sama, I will die for you. And I'm like, bro, I don't get it. What are y'all excited for?
I don't even think C. I don't think C.
You don't think C? You think
I don't
trash?
think so. I think so.
Why don't we just put this don't know tier is both for characters we can't determine, and also just we don't know if they're acceptable or
I'd say
trash.
put her in don't know for now, because if we come across something and it's just like she gets ratioed down in the trash, I wouldn't stop her.
I don't know. If anything, I think she might get bumped up. You know what I'm saying? She might get bumped up. You know what I'm saying?
Next one. Just grab the next one.
Okay, let's go random. Nezuko from Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba. How you feeling, fellas? I'm feeling this right here. She's the embodiment of this, but
yeah.
Bro, she has no lines.
But that
she has some lines. She just says like,
her line.
But here's the thing, right? No, I'm not gonna say that. Anyway,
no.
Nezuko has a personality. She's very much her own character, but she kind of is she's, at least from where I am in the anime, she's just a bit too reactionary to stuff. She's basically a dog.
Yeah, I feel like her personality traits are... She's nice, and she's gentle, in spite of being a demon.
Which is kind of good, but also kind of bad. I could never say, like... I could never say that I feel like Nezuko is a strong character in the sense that she makes any decisions or anything, because she doesn't. She just she kind of is basically a weapon.
And I can say, like, you know, for like a limited time, she kind of gets written out of the story. Like, she's just there, like, on Tanjiro's back, and, like, then she'll pop out, and then she'll, like, fight some minor demon, and then Tanjiro will start breathing really hard, and his sword will catch on fire or something. So...
She's like a mascot. She's like Pikachu.
Yeah, that's fair. What are you feeling? Just give a letter. Throw a letter out there.
You just say B for boring.
I'd say C. And this is being purely subjective. Like, I feel like if you were asking me, I like Nezuko, but if we're just being purely subjective, I feel like C.
You've convinced me too. I was gonna put her in B, but I'll put her in C, and if she gets bumped up somehow, then
yeah,
that's how it is. That's what.
I mean, this is a long list, so be prepared.
It is. Let's pick some like more simple ones that we can just agree on, like pretty instantly.
I keep seeing your mouth go over like certain ones, and I'm just like getting ready to just shout it out.
Just relax, okay? Well, you know what? That's a good idea. I'll just pick one and then you guys shout. Okay. Misa for Death Note.
B.
What did you say, Hakaiser?
Hold on, I gotta think. I gotta access the memories of Death Note. I haven't watched that shit.
She's literally a plot device.
Oh, absolutely.
Where, like, uses her fucking simple brainedness to, to revolve a lot of his plans around. But that being said, like, she's still, like, at the end of the day, she's still like a human. She's not like Nezuko. That's kind of fucked up. She's still like a human, and she still does things that are like...
She has a character. She very much has a character. But you're totally right. Like, she's 100% a plot device. Like, Light even mentions that a million times over. Like, that's all he keeps her around for.
I personally think she's here.
But she was Babby's first fucking goth waifu.
No, she wasn't my first.
She was
the fucking talking
definitely mine. Babby's first goth anime waifu.
Kuma's bad taste versus ugly head.
You're the tiebreaker here, Hawk.
Since I can't remember, I'm gonna have to say I don't know, bro. I remember watching the show. I remember when she was about to fucking piss herself when they had her and Light in jail. But I other than that, I cannot remember anything about it. She was like kind of crazy too. Like she was in like
she was in love with Kira.
Oh yeah, with Kira.
Yes.
Spoilers for Death Note.
Whoa, Light is Kira? What the fuck? Oh, what?
But yeah, I wouldn't fight putting her in C, honestly.
We'll put her here. Next, a pretty new sleeper entry here. Not sleepy, but sleeper hit. Nabora from Jujutsu Kaisen.
B.
She got B for big
B for big titties.
This is, again, trying to be...
We haven't seen that much of her.
Trying to be subjective. She comes off pretty good as a character so far.
I've seen a lot of her in art, but we haven't seen a lot of her as far as the anime.
I've seen a lot of... Never mind. Next.
Next. Kakome!
You already know, bro. We got the first track.
Hang on. I'm trying to think. I'm gonna try to think and see.
I'll toss her here right now, and then we'll talk it out.
Kagome was fucking annoying.
She was, but like, let's try to think about this fairly, right? The series is some fucking random girl falls into a well and gets teleported to the past, where she gets fucking connected to this crazy white-haired screaming dog man who fucking goes around swinging his giant sword, and she has to fight in order to help him recover a jewel from a fucking evil monster. She'd probably be, yeah, she's pissy, but, like, she's not always pissy.
In many ways, you could argue that she could be seen as the protagonist of Inuyasha.
I'd say she is the protagonist.
I mean, she's definitely the main heroine.
Yeah.
I don't know, because she kind of predates a lot of these characters as being like this, you know, pretty generic tsundere schoolgirl in a fish out of water. So, as much as that annoys me, like, I can't, like, hold that against her.
I don't think that Kagome is inherently a bad character, though. I don't feel like she in any way took away from Inuyasha as a series.
That's because Inuyasha's already shit. You can't take it much.
Kagome!
Like, legitimately, I really don't think that Kagome's that bad. I actually don't. I think she's not a really good character, but I do not think that she would be in trash in any way.
Yeah, me neither.
I think like maybe the bottom of C. But I would not be the one to be like, oh yeah, just dump her in trash.
I think we need to establish a baseline for what trash is.
Okay, we shall do that with our next pick.
You might as well just go and grab
Taya Gardner, trash.
Hang on. What are you talking about? Taya's undefeated.
What are you talking about? What the fuck?
No, she is. Taya's undefeated. She's never lost a duel.
There. I guess based on win-loss record.
Yeah, just based off a win-loss record among all these fucking female characters, Taya's the only one to have ever.
Oh, wow.
Bro, take her down, bro.
Yeah, just okay, no, but seriously, Taya's an awful character.
Yugi is a fucking simp, bro.
Like,
I can't decide if I want your dick or the dick of that 1,000-year-old dead pharaoh.
She definitely decided she did not want that nigga. Nigga was like 4 feet tall.
No, they were the same height. They were literally the same height.
no, they were only the same height with Yugi's hair.
Come on, cuz.
Look, legitimately, I think Taya's a bad character. She doesn't do anything for the plot. She's exactly the same as Botan, but worse. Because she exists in order to tell what's going on, but she does nothing. She barely has a character. If you had to explain Taya's character, what would you fucking say? Oh, she likes to dance.
I didn't even know that. I didn't know that.
I only know that because of a fucking filler episode.
Holy shit. Yeah, Taya's pretty bad. Like, you could remove Taya from the story and it wouldn't lose anything.
You could literally remove her from the fucking story and nobody would miss a thing.
She also had, those skills to bring to the core group. She didn't have, any sort of, enhanced dueling knowledge. She didn't have any sort of, instinct or nothing.
She also didn't even have any special interactions really, because if you really wanted to be honest, Tristan had fucking more importance, because whenever Joey was being stupid, Tristan would walk up and punch him and be like, "You're not living your life correctly."
Yeah. And whenever Yugi was suffering a crisis of identity, she was like, "Well, can you bring out the Pharaoh instead? I want to suck his dick." Yeah, fuck Taya. Taya's trash. How about just another trash character? Elizabeth from Seven Deadly Sins.
Hands off my woman.
Don't touch my woman.
No, I'm not gonna defend it. Not even me. Elizabeth is a bad character. She's she has all of this power and is given all of this importance, and then at the end of the day, she exists just as the girl healer. You know, the trope of the girl healer, the girl who has healing powers, so that's kind of all she does is heal people.
Having complacency for fucking Meliodas groping her up.
Yeah, literally getting used to Meliodas fucking molesting her after a while.
And she was groomed through numerous lifetimes. Come on, cuz.
Elizabeth's just, like, there's a lot about Seven Deadly Sins, and they just started their sequel manga, so...
Hold on, you said girl healer. What do we feel about Sakura Haruno from Naruto?
Stop grabbing all the obvious trash.
Trash!
That should have been the baseline for trash.
Sakura's a bad fucking character.
Sakura sucks, bro.
The fact that Sakura was even allowed.
Let's say
Team
this.
7.
Let me repeat this. We're putting these characters in here not just for the fact that the character is not a good character, but also the fact that they're detrimental to the series.
Yes, absolutely.
There is literally a part in Naruto that made so many people nearly quit fucking watching and reading Naruto, was when she was like, "No, Naruto, I've decided I don't love Sasuke anymore. I love you." And I get that she was lying, but for fuck's sake, man.
I mean, what's his name? Sai called her out on that shit.
She's
just called her a sociopath.
She's just a bad character. She has a very distinct personality. Like, that much is true. She actually has a similar personality to Nobara. The only difference is that Nobara doesn't fucking sit around stroking off Megumi.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if Nobara was sitting around stroking off Megumi all the time, then it would possibly be similar. But the fact is that Sakura gets in the way of the series being any better. She actively makes people hate it. Like, I know so many people, like, girls who grew up watching Naruto, who were upset the fact that this was the character that they could identify with, was fucking Sakura. Because it's like, well, there's Naruto, there's Sasuke, Kakashi, and then there's the girl. She's actively bad. She's actively bad not just for the series, but I feel Sakura's character is bad for Shonen as a whole.
Well, that's possible. I wouldn't go that far, but it's you can argue it.
Well, we'll have to bring up more characters, but honestly, like, where she's at right there, at the very bottom, makes sense for me. I legitimately think Sakura is that bad of a character.
Well, that's the character I think of. Trash.
Yeah.
Trash.
How about we rate her daughter, Sarada? Now, I think she's here, but I can see the argument for her being here.
See, hang on. Here's the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sarada is basically Nobara.
Yeah.
The only problem... Oh my god, I hate having to do this, but... Sarada is actually a pretty good fucking character.
Yeah.
Because everything she does makes sense, and she doesn't actively take away from Boruto, the show.
Mm-hmm.
And she's not even, like, constantly forced into the limelight. Like, she's not constantly pushed into every single arc that Boruto is in.
No. She had her own arc. Focused on her.
Yeah, and, like, it might admittedly be a little bit of subjectivism here. I just realized I kept mixing up subjective and objective, but regardless. It might be a little bit of subjectivism here, but I like all the stuff with her and Sasuke.
A little bias.
Sasuke, just watching Sasuke fail so utterly at being a father.
Yeah, those were pretty great episodes.
Man, I'm gonna just say that when Boruto was first coming out, I thought it was gonna be funny when it was sort of hinted that, like, Karin.
Oh yeah, that fucking cuck storyline.
Sakura was just like a fucking cuck. That would have been funny, bro. But the fact that it turned out that it was incorrect, I'm gonna have to say she trash. Just
No, the enjoyment's still there.
what little enjoyment I could find out of Boruto.
I think it's safe to put her here. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Like I said, I hate to admit it, but I think she's actually not that bad of a character.
Whew, good.
It still needs more time because Boruto, I have no idea where the fucking story is going with that.
Mm-hmm.
But so far she hasn't done anything to directly hamper the story.
We've managed to climb our way out of the bottom, so let's how about we go on and do the rest of the Yu-Gi-Oh girls. So
okay.
Here we have Alexis from Yu-Gi-Oh GX, and I think
No. Top of B, maybe.
Top
Because
of
the thing
B?
is, here's something about fucking Alexis, right? I think that Alexis is like one of the few like really strong Yu-Gi-Oh girls,
yeah.
but she's strong throughout season 1. Then season 2 she gets brain controlled by the Society of Light.
Mm-hmm.
Season 3 she gets a few duels in but doesn't really do anything. And season 4 she really doesn't do anything but fight off the fucking swath of men who are trying to date her.
Yeah.
And then if you want to count Arc 5, if you want to also count Arc 5 Alexis. Arc 5 Alexis is almost a different character though, I'd say.
That's because Arc 5 was trash. There's a reason why the Arc 5 version of the girl, like her 4 variations, isn't on here.
No, yeah, I don't even want to talk about that one. But I'd say top of B. I can't give it an A because there's problems with the fact that she just her role very much gets diminished throughout GX, and like the last
she
thing
basically
that she
gets
really...
power cramped. Like her relevance, she can't force herself to always be in the story, even though she has like a thing with Jaden. Because
that thing with Jaden is really weird because like it was only ever hinted at.
Yeah, it was hinted at it, but it was there. It wasn't like, you know, certain series where people have to fucking...
the fucking fans have to fill in the fucking blanks.
Yeah,
but yeah,
exactly.
B.
And then finally Akisa from 5Ds. Like, I actually don't know, so... Because I barely watched any of 5Ds, so I have no frame of reference.
Akisa's kind of the same thing with Alexis, but not... Actually kind of worse, because she's like fucking not brain controlled but brainwashed early on in 5Ds, and then for a little while in the whole battle with the Dark Signers she gets her own personality and gets to do stuff, and then she becomes so fucking irrelevant. Like the only reason she even exists in 5Ds past that point, I feel, is so that they could put her in one of those race queen suits.
Yeah, I saw her in that, and then the maid costume too.
Yeah,
clearly, if this was boob size, she would be like here.
Yeah, but no, I'd say I'd put her somewhere in C. She's not. I'd put her somewhere in C. She's not. She doesn't hamper.
What's your input, Hawkeyser?
I don't have it, but it's a fucking show. Come on,
okay.
Dog. Other than her character design, I don't care at all. It's Yu-Gi-Oh, bro.
I'm
I'm just gonna say this here now, bro. Like half this list, I have no reference for it. I don't care. The fucking Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh bitches, dude. Like I don't even think that counts as Shonen.
Of course it counts. We
Jump,
put Ash on the protagonist list.
Dude, fucking Yu-Gi-Oh is in Shonen Jump.
Yeah, I don't know what you... Anyways, Anna from Shaman King. I really think she's like B or C.
Bro, do any of us have like a accurate memory?
I remember
that we haven't watched since like when it aired on fucking.
But the fact that we
15
only like got
I remember Anna as being another one of Baby's first waifus.
I mean, yeah, I can see that, but she wasn't my wife.
There's another one on here who I'll point out, who
She
I
was
think
like
I've
a
mentioned to you
fucking
guys
baby,
before,
dude.
who was fucking baby's first waifu as
She
well.
was a baby. Like, the whole thing with Anna, and like, even when, back then, I was like, man, they're kind of young. Like, Anna and Yo. I would just put her in C, like, top of C. Because I remember she being like, her personality is like strict.
Well, the thing
shit.
is, okay, Anna's actually important. Anna was actually important to the story in a lot of cases, but it was weird because she's, if I'm remembering right, she was a medium and she could help transfer souls into bodies and into other objects, which is why she was able to help with all the stuff that was happening at Shaman King. But I know that in the future of Shaman King, and I guess spoilers for Shaman King? Why didn't you read this decades ago?
I don't think anybody's
She ends up
interested.
getting married to Yo, and Yo, and then they have kids, and both her and Yo get fucking murked by villains, and then their bodies get spread across the planet, so they can't come back.
Man, that's fucked up. Just for that, I'm gonna put her in C.
Grab your baby's first waifu.
There's obvious blocks right here, so yeah. For me, you know, if it was up to me, I'll just put Misty here. But yeah, I know you guys want to have your input.
I'll say Misty's iconic, but I don't think that Misty should be up there.
And the thing is, too, like, I'm being ultra biased here because there's two versions of Misty. Like, there's the original Misty, and then there's Misty with Togepi. And Misty with Togepi is like, it's like in between here.
I'd say you can put her in A just based off of fucking legacy.
Yeah,
because she's every fucking 7-year-old's first redhead waifu.
Yeah. I don't see any reason to stick on this. May is like Misty with Togepi,
I think May's bad.
Replace Togepi with Max, and Max never goes away. Like, he's there from the start.
I think May's probably honestly the worst fucking Pokemon girl.
She's kind of like I don't know. She's
I
not
might
the
say
bottom.
put her in trash. I might honestly say put her in trash.
I kind of I don't.
Bro, it's Pokemon, bitch. What y'all niggas?
Just because you didn't watch
just because,
it was
just
the same time
grow
with
up
these
with this
other
fucking
animes,
shit.
dude. Literally the same, airing at the same time as Naruto, Digimon, fucking Shaman King, all this other shit, bro.
Okay, so why would I watch Pokemon?
You can watch them all. Well, it's too late. You can't go back.
Watch them all.
This nigga such a Pokedrone. This nigga
can
had
literally
like
watch
kids. You can watch
Dawn is like here.
Dawn is only slightly better than May, if you ask me.
Wow, I would have expected you to hold her in higher regard.
See, here's the thing. I like Dawn. That's why I'm saying she's better than May.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I feel like the contest stuff honestly ruins most of the female characters because it just turns them into fucking well, you know, actually boost her up a little bit because she did have a decent rivalry with that one lesbian.
Yeah. Yeah.
Throw her in the trash.
Trash. Serena is trash.
I fucking
Literally
hate her.
existed just for the sole purpose of like fucking shipper bullshit.
Yes.
Oh, Ash's childhood friend. Well, look how it goes.
I fucking hate her so much.
Nobody
hate
likes fucking Serena except for like women.
I don't even think women like her. I don't know anyone who fucking likes Serena.
No.
I fucking can't stand her.
You know who really likes Serena? I can't. I'm not gonna name drop. I'm like find a way to censor this in the video. But Tamashi Hiroka really liked Serena.
That makes too much sense.
Yep.
That makes way too much sense.
And then finally we have Iris here. Iris is like middle of the road for me. She's like, she has the whole gimmick of, oh, Ash, you're just a kid, while being younger than him. Like, haha, that's so funny.
Personal biases aside, I have to agree. If you're just asking me personally, Iris is probably my favorite.
I know.
But I'd put her below. No, I'd put her above, like one above Dawn, because I'd say number one, she's a better trainer.
Yeah.
She's a better trainer. She's different from all of the other girls because she is very much not a girly girl at all.
And she's black.
Yes, that is also a thing. Continue on.
How about another Iris from Fire Force, sister?
That's a weird character to discuss.
It really is, because, and I can't tell.
That doesn't matter.
I kind of want to just put her here and just keep her here, because we don't know enough about her from what we've seen in the anime.
Like, we've seen both seasons of the anime, right? Like, all of us.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
can you guys tell me what her importance to the plot is?
I can tell you because I read a little bit ahead, just like a few chapters ahead of where season 2 ended, and she is pretty important, but like the whole like 100 chapters or 24 episodes prior to that, she's just like friendly, nice sister. She's wholesome. She had a tragic backstory. She ties in with the captain of Squad 5, Habana.
Yeah, Hibana.
Yeah, and then, but that's all you really know about her. But then her backstory is yet to be revealed.
I feel like, it's just, I feel like half the time I forget she's even in the show.
And that might be like, that may be David Production not being able to pay Mal enough to come in and record.
But yeah.
Like the last episode, she was
But she said nothing.
Time, but like had no line.
Wow. Yeah, I guess we'll just keep her here for now.
Yeah.
Next. We got Haru from Beastars.
Furries get the.
Okay, just pretend for a second she wasn't a furry. No,
Okay.
No.
But hear me out.
She wasn't a furry.
Hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
She's a very good character.
I know.
She's very important.
She's very complex.
She's extremely complex.
The bitch is very much.
Yeah, very much a rabbit.
Trash. Where furry.
Her being like a very promiscuous character is like part of her personality, and she's like at a certain point she's like, what the fuck am I doing? I keep having sex with all these weird animals.
And she's like, her relationship with Lugosi is like, she realized that he's a fucking virgin loser, and she's like playing with him, but at the same time she likes him. But
the whole thing is like, oh, she's like predatory because she has experience, but he's literally a predator, and she's scared that he'll eat him.
And like the time that they're finally getting ready to do something, it's like, oh shit, my fucking instincts of I have to oh no, I'm a fucking rabbit. I need to kill myself because I'm going to die, so I might as well just kill myself.
Yeah. Like, honestly,
she's a really, really strong character, dude. I wouldn't even say there. I'd say
here, yeah.
No, I'd honestly say higher.
You would say S?
I think she's really a good character, dude. Dude, okay.
That's sus.
Look, okay, hang on.
I'll put her here, but I can't agree to S. Not yes.
S for
I think I legit think she's a fucking great character.
Just take
no! Don't expose business.
Why would you call me out like this?
Bro, I'm calling you out because you really said that she on the same level with the GOAT Bulma. Come on.
Bulma's standing there kind of alone. We need to do something about that. How about we do something about that right now?
You ain't putting Rukia up there.
I was thinking about it, but I don't. Yeah,
if you were to put Rukia,
if the series ended like
properly, with proper build up,
Rukia.
No. I mean, like, if if it didn't get canceled and we had like a proper build up to the ending, even if it was the same ending.
No. I think Rukia like fell off before like the ending. Before like
She did not fall off before the 1,000-year blood arc.
Oh yeah, she did.
What point
I'd say that
Rukia.
I'd say Rukia's fall off was one of the more gradual and sad ones because Rukia went from being the main girl to honestly feeling like, and I know that some people are going to be happy about this, but she felt like one of the guys. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like her personality kind of got flanderized too. Because, like, early on, Rukia had, like, a bunch of stuff going on, especially, like, any of the interpersonal struggles she had with being a Kuchiki.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, later Rukia just kind of shows up and she's, like, being wahaha, hanging out with fucking Renji, Chad, and Uryu,
yeah,
like,
when she
one
gets
of the guys.
the haircut, she becomes kind of flanderized, but, you know, even still, I feel like...
I would definitely not put her ahead of Botan in any way.
Really? Because Botan is like the same deal as Rukia, except there was like there was no like tension between her and Urameshi.
Well, that's the thing. That like I feel like the drop off from Rukia was so fucking great, but then again, that's just Bleach in general because early Bleach was so fucking good.
Yeah, early.
That's why I have her in such high standard. Because I mean. Don't let anybody else know this, but Bleach is kind of like kind of ripping off Yu Yu Hakusho a little bit, and Rukia is kind of like, in my opinion, a Botan done correctly, at least in the first 4 arcs, in the first 3 arcs. So,
hang on, let me count this. Rukia throughout the first arc before Soul Society was fucking great. Like, I think everyone can agree to that.
Yeah.
Soul Society, Rukia didn't really get to do much, but that was plot reasons, and it made sense, which is fine.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't actively become a problem, even though she was fucking captured and she was the fucking princess in the high tower scenario.
Mm-hmm. And then the next arc, which was the Waco Mundo /
yeah, that's
Ronco
okay.
arc.
See, my brain has to catch up to that because like my brain goes through Bleach filler from there.
The belt arc, Rukia was nah. I feel like she was good.
She shows up in Waco Mundo, but by then, like none of the characters were really doing anything. She got to get in a few. I think she got a few kills off.
And she got closure with that one character who looks like Ichigo. Right. And I felt like that was like a good capping moment of her character arc.
And then there was... Then she just kind of falls off until 1,000 Year. And doesn't really do anything. Legitimately, the only thing I remember about Rukia from 1,000 Year Blood arc, or the 1,000 Year Blood War, was the part where they were all sitting in the fucking hot springs, and there's like... something floating by, and they're like, "What's that? A peach?" And it's fucking Rukia's butt.
Yeah, because they threw Rukia in there because she had to like heal, and like her fucking cheeks was just sitting on.
That's the only thing I remember about her from that whole arc.
But you can say she fell off during the arc in between, but you got to remember that was the Fullbring arc, and none of the characters from Soul Society were even there. It was just focused on Ichigo and his Earth friends.
That's honestly why I'd say she can't be at the top of A. She can't.
Well, shit.
You know who should be at the top of A?
I see 3.
I think she's above Botan, but okay, let's just put her here.
I honestly think Haru should be.
We know. God. How about the character who looks very similar to Rukia? Mikasa Ackerman. And you know what? I'm going to say Mikasa only counts in this form, not that fucking... not the fucking creature calling himself Mikasa.
I'll say this right now. I dropped Attack on Titan. Mm-hmm. I dropped Attack on Titan. I can't even honestly remember when I dropped Attack on Titan. It's been so many years. Mm-hmm. You handle this, Hawk. You liked Mikasa more than I did.
No.
I didn't like her. She wasn't my favorite.
Yes, you did. You're a liar.
No, dude, don't you remember? I liked what was her name? Historia way more.
Huh?
Yes, I did.
Let's focus on the girl. Let's focus on the main girl.
Listen,
We still got this many to go.
Listen to me, okay? Akuma used to be a Mikasa.
No, he wasn't.
Okay. Yes,
No, if anything,
That
he
was
was
before.
criticizing
That
the
was
weird...
before I liked it when girls had 6-packs and shit, dude.
Yeah, he was criticizing how she was like Japanese superiority, the character.
Yeah.
Alright, maybe I'm wrong. But in my mind, I'm right. So I'm gonna just keep talking. I liked Sasha. I thought Sasha was the best girl, right? Mikasa was just annoying because she was always on Aaron's tail. Like, even when that nigga was like fucking slapping the shit out of her and fucking pissing on the floor and like throwing shit at the wall. She was like,
As somebody who went and looked at what's currently going on in the manga, she doesn't change.
Just physically.
Yes, just physically. She shed all of her. She said literally everything that made her a fucking woman.
She shed all her estrogen.
Man, I just want to say that like she's not like she's not borderline. She's
not bad for the story. Because we have to be fair. She's not bad for the story. She's a very strong character. She at no point is ever like fucking, oh, I can't do it. Save me, Aaron.
No.
And her design is, and unfortunately, it's just what happens with the Attack on Titan designs. Her design is decent. It's in no way striking, but it's also in no way like too generic that you wouldn't be able to see somebody dressed as her and be like immediately like, that's Mikasa.
Right.
So no lower than a C.
Hawk?
No higher than
I'd be fine with that because her character is fucking Aaron's fucking cock slave.
Fine. Kohaku from Dr. Stone.
Bro, I can't get out of the first arc. I think it's cursed, bro. I cannot watch past the first little arc or read past it. It's like a fucking mental block.
I like Kohaku. I like her a lot.
She was here, but then lately she's been falling off to here.
Well, yeah, because she's kind of not important at all.
No.
Like in actuality, she doesn't matter. She doesn't matter to the plot, and that's for the best. I feel. I don't want her to like be like. I don't fucking know. She has a fucking germ in her body that'll regenerate the world. I'd rather I'd rather her just be there. But she kind of doesn't really matter at all. She really doesn't, actually.
No. But she'll always be, paired up with Senku, whether that be, like, just...
I mean, it's good that she exists. You know what it is? She's kind of like Mikasa. Yeah. In the sense that, like, Senku's the muscle, and she's... or Senku's the brains, and she's the muscle.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with. I'm totally fine with that. I'm fine with where she is right there.
Alright. Kagura from Gintama.
I can't speak too much for Gintama because I haven't followed it in a long time.
I haven't read that much of it or saw that much of it.
Well, I would say I read up to the final arc. I haven't finished the final arc yet. I would say that she.
Oh my god, you're putting her in S, but you won't put Haru in S?
Yes, nigga, because I don't want to fuck her. You want to fuck Haru.
This isn't about...
this isn't about fucking Haru. It's about her fucking personality.
You are a liar.
Look, if we're just gonna start putting who we want in S tier, just based on who we want to put our fucking dicks in, then that's gonna be an entirely different tier list. But this is just fucking based on character. I legitimately think that Haru is that much of an incredible character.
If it was just characters that we wanted to fuck, then some of these characters wouldn't be down here.
Well, I would assume that some of these characters would be on the list. But
Anyways, I'm not putting this character
Why
in
not?
S purely because I don't know.
but I know.
I don't know, so
You don't trust my expert opinion?
no.
I'm just putting her in S.
Just put her here.
I refuse to say that. I've said this before. I'm still lobbying for Haru to be an S.
Bro, that's because you're degenerate. It's because
I just think that her character's that fucking like deep, legitimately.
Yeah, you want to go deep in her.
These characters are
Wouldn't be
tied
that
together.
deep. She's like 2 feet tall.
If you, here's the thing, here's the deal. These characters are tied together. If one goes to S, then they both have to.
I'm fine with that because I think that Haru should be up there.
Bro, I just want to put it this way. I feel like you should.
So what do you want? What do you want, Hawkeyes? Up to you.
You ever heard the story of the frog and the scorpion?
That's not what this is.
I think it is. I'm
No,
surprised
that
I-
proverb doesn't.
I do not-
It doesn't.
I want this fucking furry character from a furry show written by a furry fucking creator to be an S tier one. The same tier as the goat bone.
The goat? That's a furry. Okay, next. Lisa from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Battle Tennis.
Ooh, that's actually a hard one.
That's a pretty hard one.
Lisa.
I think as far as legacy goes, she would be here.
Lisa's a very strong character. The only time that she's shown to not really be competent or anything is when she's fighting Cars, and that's because she
And Cars is
fights
overpowered.
Cars. Well, the thing is, she was like, "I'm gonna fight Cars fairly," and that man Cars was like, "Nah, I don't give a fuck. I just wanna win."
Bro, you said a fair fight?
It was also that
Dead ass,
weird
man.
thing where he was like sexualizing her for some reason. It's like,
Yes.
bro, I didn't. Why? What?
And there was that weird thing where Joseph was...
Sexualizing
Valentine's
his
Day,
50-year-old
everyone.
fucking MILF.
What? He didn't know.
He didn't know. Nice!
If we're just going off a strong, legitimately, I think, like, among all these, she's the most, like, adult, strong, independent, respectable woman.
Huh?
And she kind of influenced all those archetypes that came after her of the female instructor who was like really fucking mean for being a woman.
Yeah, they try. It's like they almost tried that with Tsunade, but they gave up on it halfway through.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'd say she definitely it can't be any lower than A. She's a very strong character and very iconic.
I kind of want to put her in S.
I kind of want to put
Why?
JoJo's deeper.
Get out of here.
There is no JoJo debuff.
It is.
Alright, Trish Una. I also want to put her at least.
I like Trish for the fact that she's one of the few JoJo's women who, one of the protagonist JoJo's women who gets to be a character. But the problem is that she's also a princess in the high tower.
Yeah, she's both. And she ends up saving herself.
Yeah, no, she does
During-
against what was the one?
Notorious B.I.G.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd say B. Like, she can't be. You can't say she's not a good enough character. Like, she has enough going on.
And she has ties to the main antagonist of that part.
She also has a
Literally,
very strong design. Like, again,
Yeah.
one of those characters that you would see anywhere in the world and be like, that's fucking Trish.
Yeah, even if you didn't know what her name was, if you're not familiar with that part, you can still at least be able to tell that's a JoJo character.
One of the characters who vastly outshines Giorno.
Yeah. So, funnily enough, I think he was also B in the tier list
Oh.
for the protagonist. We're getting down to the wire here, so let's do the Digimon block. So Sora,
Put your biases
she's a
aside.
bitch. She's a bitch. Yeah, my biases aside, I would put her at B.
Yes. I'm not gonna argue that. B is fine. Stop. Why are you boosting her up so high?
Bro, you
Legacy.
Legacy.
No.
Legacy. She's the first fucking Digimon.
Okay. Alright, fine.
Nah, fuck that. Ain't no fine, bro. First of all, it's a Digimon.
I'd still say put her below Nobora, though.
Bro, this bitch was a fucking... The original fucking... It's not fucking fair.
That's kind of iconic
biases
in and of
aside.
itself, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that the fact that there was so much build up between her and Tai, and then like at some point in the time skip between this and season 2, like they just like, yeah, it didn't work out. Like that's actually something that kids need to learn. You know, in certain aspects, not in some cases where it's just like, no, they sacrificed everything for each other and then they got divorced. Like that's come on, bro. But
yeah, it's just like they seemed like they had a thing. People thought they had a thing, and it never worked out. And Matt swooped in.
Matt just. But as far as
every right to fucking execute these niggas in the digital world.
As far as Sora goes, she's a pretty good supporting character. She had an shine of her own. Like I don't remember Digimon first series 100%, but I do remember that
subsequent
she was more important than like Mimi.
No, subsequent things have given Sora more character.
Yeah. Try kind of walk back on her decision to be with Matt, which is kind of gay.
I don't want to talk about Try. Try ruined everything.
Then there's Kairi. It's funny how Sora and Kairi from Digimon. Kairi, I think, is like way below.
I might actually say trash because there's drop plot lines with Kairi that are really bad. Like there was an entire episode devoted to the introduction of this Cthulhu-like Digimon that was super dark and super creepy, fucking incredibly interesting, and it went absolutely fucking nowhere. And then you look at Kari and anything, just about anything, she doesn't have a personality.
No.
I'd say she's honestly one of the worst Digimon females in general. It's just bad.
She's from one of the most hated seasons of Digimon.
Yeah.
She did my boy Davis wrong.
That's
subjective.
That's an entirely different story. But continue.
Then there's Rika from season 3, the best one, arguably.
Hang on. So I don't think I can take my subjectiveness out of this because again, one of Baby's first waifus.
What?
Hold on.
Sit down, bro. Unironically, bro, break your own fingers for doing that. This nigga said,
I don't know, man.
Bitches up here with the fucking goat. Come on.
I don't know, man. It's kind of like she's kind of like fucking the Michael Jordan of Digimon.
She is 100% the best Digimon girl of all time.
She's one of the best Digimon characters. Nobody remembers the dude from the other two dudes from her season.
Yeah, that and the fact that they had that one movie that was entirely devoted to her fucking past with her old man, the stuff that goes on with her and her mom, despite the fact that she always comes off as an asshole to her mom most of the time when she thought that they were going to go on to this final battle and she might never be coming back. She was like, well, my mom always wants me to wear this, so I'll wear this one time, this fucking dumb dress to make her happy.
She's a great character.
She's very, very strong character. But again, I can't take my subjectivity out. Literally,
I'm sorry.
Literally, when I go back and think, I think she may have been my first waifu.
Damn, bro. I'm sorry, Huck. I'm being objective.
My rule is I can no longer condone the actions of the degenerates.
And then finally, And then finally,
Zoe would go in trash too.
Zoe. I wouldn't put her in trash. She's like a strong bottom C.
Yeah, if not trash, bottom C, because she's the exact problem I was talking about. She kind of does. She doesn't matter to the group She doesn't matter to the group. By the end of season 4, the only ones who matter are what are their names? Hang on.
His rival and his rival's brother.
Shit, I cannot remember their names.
You can't remember.
Takuya?
Takia, yeah, Takia.
I'll pretend like y'all seen that before, bro.
I'm legitimately trying to remember their names.
Like, you gotta remember, I only watched this shit when it was on fucking Jetix.
Dude, like, I remembered Zoe. I can remember Takuya.
Yeah.
Tommy.
Tommy, yeah, that's one, but he wasn't one of the...
No, he was one of the main characters, but
he was one of the main characters, though.
Fuck, what was... Oh, I really can't remember... I really can't remember the light guy's name. I can't remember his name, and it sucks because he was my favorite. Koji.
Yeah, Koji.
Yeah.
Those two became, like, the fucking front and center for the entire show for, like, 2 whole seasons.
Yeah.
But, you know, Zoe was she's a very contentious character as far as censorship goes.
It's because she was... I think she was one of the first characters when Digimon started trying to be edgy and appeal to the more adult group as opposed to Pokemon, like a more adult group over Pokemon. So they started putting in scenes with her. Let's just say it. They started putting ecchi scenes in with Zoe. And
let's just say my nigga Rudy would be a fan of season.
Why'd you have to bring that man up?
My nigga Rudy.
I see why there's so many Pokemon bitches on here. Something wrong with y'all.
Continuing along.
We're just being fair. Alright, this is the final 6. Let's just go Lucy.
I hate
Lucy. I don't like Lucy. I dropped Fairy Tail pretty early on.
She's pretty trash.
But does she make Fairy Tail worse? That's the question.
No, she actually makes it a little more enjoyable.
Hang on. for a different reason.
No, I think that you should take all of that into account.
I do.
Really?
Like, she is the fan service character.
Well,
among many.
Okay, that's any female in Fairy Tail, because fucking Hero can only draw fucking 2 types of women, and it's lollies and big titty women.
And really fat, unattractive women.
Yes.
3 types of women.
But I legitimately think Lucy is not a good character. But the thing is, it's like
that is the question.
No.
No.
But she's not better than May.
Here's the thing, right? Lucy, and this is the fault of Fairy Tail's awful storytelling. Lucy is constantly important because, and it's stupid because the way Fairy Tail's story writing works, every once in a while when they go into a new arc, they add stuff to make every single character who's a part of the immediate party important.
Yeah.
So you'll go into a new arc, and out of completely no fucking where, there will be another Celestial Mage with one of the Celestial Keys for Lucy's summons. So she's constantly important.
Yeah, but you can argue the same with Elizabeth. It doesn't matter. She's still trash.
Yes. But then... No, we'll save it for when we get to the end of trash. We'll decide who's at the top of the bin.
Yeah. Anyways, how about Toka from Tokyo Ghoul?
I got back into Tokyo Ghoul, actually.
Okay, so do you know what I'm gonna say about?
Yeah, the fact that she has the Rukia problem.
I feel like she has the Videl problem. Like, Videl is not on this list, but
yeah,
she literally goes from being an active character, like a feisty kind of like, oh, I got reasons to fight too. I got this and that, and then she becomes like a
housewife.
Yeah, a housewife.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Yeah.
See, I don't think that's a bad thing if it makes sense for the character.
It doesn't. It doesn't make sense for Toka because the thing is, Toka basically remains the same. Like you watched Tokyo Ghoul season 1 with us, right?
I remember. I don't remember much from the show. I remember when the nigga was crying, eating the burger. I remember
yeah.
But yeah, her personality in like she's fucking just like Felix was saying. She's very Videl like in the sense that she's kind of scrappy. She's serious. She's seen as like a femme fatale badass. But then she just
she was actually pretty strong as far as the power level was when the show started. But
then she catches Kaneki's dick and just fucking falls off.
Yeah. I will say that, you know, like a spoiler alert, unlike most of these characters, and this isn't a love interest thing, but unlike most of these characters, she did have a love interest with Kaneki, and it did like actually go somewhere. It wasn't just dragged out for the entire series.
Yes, like
it resolved in the middle of the series.
Yes, it was a part of the story. It wasn't just like set dressing. It actually mattered.
Yeah. So I guess she can just be the Queen of Sea for now. Nami from One Piece.
So
she got the big booba.
This is the character I was saying, who's just basically Bulma.
Yeah,
she's very much just Bulma. Like the more I think about it, the more I realize how similar those two characters are. The only difference is that I would never say put Nami in S tier because she has.
If I was one of those people who like read all 1,000 chapters of One Piece, then maybe I would be inclined to put her here.
Well, here's the thing: I don't feel like Nami. I feel like Nami serves a purpose to the team. Like she's very much serves a purpose to the team. She's the straight man in the group of like idiots and stuff who
straight man.
Yeah, she's the straight man, even over Robin, because Robin usually is just like, no, that's stupid. But Nami's like, can you guys pay attention and stop being dumb?
Nami is a Lady. It's not shy.
Just put her in fucking A. You fucking make me sick.
Yeah, A. And that's just from our limited knowledge of it. I mean, like
I've only made it over the halfway point. I've only made it over the time skip.
And I guess most of what I know, I've been into and out of One Piece, and I've been like, man, one day I'm just gonna get into it and get through it, but that takes a lot of fucking time. So most of what I know is through osmosis or like YouTube clips or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's fair.
All right.
Now we got
the 3 more current day ones.
Power from Chainsaw Man. Now, Kaiser, what's your opinion?
Felix are the only ones who read this. At first, I didn't really like Power, but she started growing on me, right? But she fucking gets killed.
That's a spoiler, bro.
Yeah, you know
That's
what?
a
I don't care.
pretty big spoiler.
I don't care. If you read Chainsaw Man, you're a fan of it, I hate you already. Because Chainsaw Man fucking sucks. But she gets killed and I drop the show. Or I dropped the manga, right?
Then that says a lot, then.
I really like Power. I thought that she was a fun character by the time she got killed. Abruptly and like stupidly. But I would not say she's anywhere near S. I would say that she's, for the sole fact that Kagura is on A tier, I do not think she is Kagura. Because Kagura had time to grow. Well, not necessarily grow, but like to grow on you. You know what I'm saying? So I would say she's definitely high B for me. She's definitely better than all of these fucking corny characters they got in B and C. Definitely trash.
Alright. I'm not gonna disagree with you. I don't know much about Chainsaw Man.
I would put her in A, but you don't want to put her in A because these characters are in A. Akuma wants this character in S.
I will lobby forever for Haru to be in S.
Yeah, of course you will. lobbying for your fucking wife, huh?
Man, fuck it. This is what we're gonna do. We're just gonna give everybody the little power boost. And there we go. We can all be satisfied.
I'm
This is
satisfied.
disrespectful. Bro, the fact, bro, look at this list, bro. I want to point out that one of the characters that this degenerate Akuma Soul who should be in prison for liking, but two characters. You telling me that's not real? Come on.
I said that fucking Rika was just baby's first waifu. Objectively, Digimon Season 3 is fucking great. It's honest. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna fucking say it. Digimon Season 3 is the best monster catcher series that has ever existed.
Make me fucking sick, bro.
I gotta think about that more. Anyways, we're down
This
to the
nigga really
final
disrespected
two.
Monster Rancher.
We are Monster Rancher wasn't that good. You just have nostalgia for it. We are down to the final two. Well, we're coming to the conclusion of our list here, ladies and gentlemen.
It's
We
time
have
for the
Ochako,
pop-off. This is the pop-off warning.
also known as Gravity from My Hero Academy, and then we have Noel Silva from Black Clover. And you know, if you've been following along this channel for a while, you should know our thoughts and opinions on these respective series, as well as the protagonist from these respective series. So, you know, if you're new, how about we give like a quick explanation on why this character is an S and why this character
Alright, Cap
is
already.
trash.
Cap.
Okay, hang on.
I'm gonna
What's-
be the voice of reason here, because we're all part of the Asta Covenant. We pray 4 times a day. We drink protein powder. We practice surfboard and swords.
No more than 1,000 push-ups a day.
I would say Noel is not as to.
Why? Why would you say
Noel
that?
has the potential to be as to character. Because I feel like the same thing that you're saying now can happen as it happened to Ruki. It can happen to the
Okay.
I think that Black Clover is very good. I think that Noel is a very cool character.
Keep in mind that Black Clover has gone on for about, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 arcs. Now we're going into a very serious arc. Noelle has not fell off at all, so she already outlasts most of the characters on this list in terms of relevancy and character depth and development. So I already would argue that she's not gonna fall off like Botan or Rukia. She's not gonna have a personality
for
change
7
like
years so
this.
far.
Yeah, she is the closest on this list to Bulma as far as like relevance goes.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, ever since Noelle was fucking put on, and this is gonna be so long, so just... When she was first introduced to the story, she was introduced with a handicap, much like Asta. She can't control her magic properly. And then she fucking worked through it. She worked her ass off to make it better. She worked to get somewhere. She worked to make herself stronger. Then she fucking, along the time that she was working with Asta, she realized that, I actually really like this guy's personality and his abs, apparently. That's a thing with her too.
I like his personality. I like not just that he's nice. I like that he doesn't give up. I like that he believes in me. I like that he believes in others and he believes in himself. And he pushes others to be better, and I also want to be better.
Side note, the fact that she likes all that, and also the fact that she is physically attracted to Asta, I want to point out that that's a good thing for characters. Characters should be able to be physically attracted to one another, because guess the fuck what? That's what people do. People can be physically attracted to one another, So, yeah, that's a good thing that Noelle's physically attracted to Asta. Like, fuck. I legitimately think that Noelle's character all throughout, like, every arc, and it's not shoehorned in either. It's not like it's not like with fucking Lucy where suddenly one of Noelle's fucking siblings show up and then she has to fight them. Like, she's just relevant to these arcs because she's strong. She's made out to be strong. She's like what, the fifth strongest person in the Black Bulls?
In the Black Bulls, yeah. And speaking of her siblings, like, very similar, like, the influence is very obvious here between Noelle and Rukia. But she has, a family that, it seems like her older brother puts duty before family, and he talks down to her and all that stuff. It turns out the older brother is just a tsundere. But guess what? She resolves that by herself. She doesn't need Asta to come beat up fucking Nozel and then tell him that's your sister, isn't it? Ah!
Yeah,
no.
She did it
solves
all
her
herself.
Own problems.
So, look.
So have we convinced you that she's S yet?
Y'all don't have to convince me, brothers. Don't have to convince me. But I'm simply saying that the scriptures of the old order have shown ruin when you become too confident in your characters in your show.
I will say this though. There is something that with Noelle's character that I'm really waiting on, and I want to see if this happens. I'd be pensive to put her that high up on S. I'd be very pensive to leave her that high up.
Oh, I definitely put her above Haru and fucking Coconut Head.
I honestly don't think many people should be above Haru, but whatever.
Damn,
you are
bro.
a subhuman. Subhuman.
Alright.
And okay, so for context for why we hate,
just take everything that we said about fucking Noelle and just put it on her.
Throw it out the window.
The only reason she likes Deku is because, oh my god,
he's nice.
He's like so nice.
He's so nice.
God.
He was nice to me.
She's fucking corny. She's fucking useless.
She's not important. Let's get that out the window. She doesn't have any character development. She's a flat character. She's got a shitty power. She's got a shitty look. Look at this shit. She looks like a fucking howler monkey, bro. She doesn't have a nose. Right? She's fat. She's a fat piece of shit. Her motivation is that she wants money. Oh, my parents are poor. They're poor construction workers. First of all, that's cap. Construction gets paid us almost as much as lawyers, bro. Look it up.
Okay, so...
And most importantly, she's fucking my hero, dude.
I wouldn't hold that against her if she wasn't also like a fucking two-dimensional shitty character.
Okay, so... Let's actually push all of our hatred aside. It's a lot of it. And let's just speak about her fucking... let's just speak about her for what she is. She... is if it was not in My Hero Academia, people would despise her because she is a character who exists solely as the love interest. That's all she matters as. She has nothing else going on.
Like some of these characters we say, oh, they're just a plot device, oh, they're just a plot device. She's not even a plot device. She's not even relevant to the plot. She's like Taya, you could remove her and nothing would change.
I'd say you could remove her and nothing would change more than Taya. Because at least Taya exists as like the, don't worry guys, we're all friends and we can stick together. Ochako doesn't even need to speak most of the time. Like, her role could have been filled by Momo, or Suyu, or fucking, what was the pink-haired girl with the extendo eyes?
I just don't care.
I can't remember her name either, but... She could have been replaced with literally any one of those characters. To be honest, you know what I think? I'm going to say this right now, and if it turns out to be true, I want money. I don't know from who, but somebody out there. Somebody pay me. I think she's gonna die.
Good. Well, she should. Anyways, but well, there is the thing.
Because she matters so little as a character that I feel like her death would be more symbolic than anything. She doesn't
I
matter.
wonder if the reason behind
no,
it.
don't do that.
Why?
Because if she ends up dying, you already know niggas. These fucking my hero.
We'll have candle eulogies in the street for this bitch.
Fucking, they're gonna have my flipping book funeral homes. Oh my god.
I think
May Hatsune, that was that girl's
Saddest
name.
death of all time. The saddest anime death. Oh my
But
god.
I told you about this, right? Like, there are many iterations of like the pilot or like the one shot of My Hero Academia. Like, apparently Ochako's design comes from the original protagonist. It was gonna be like a mishmash of her, Deku, and Mountain Lady, and then Horikoshi just ended up splitting those into 3 different characters. And like, she must be like the empty shell. She's like the nobody of whatever that character is gonna
So, so I'm just thinking about it, right? The character, by the way, that I was talking about, her name is Hatsune. How much more sense would it have made for Deku to come across this girl who can make gear for him, and like they're working on the gear and they fall in love over the course of the fucking arcs and stuff?
be. Oh yeah, Deku, by the way, literally doesn't have any attraction whatsoever. He's kind of like, I mean, I get maybe he's attracted to fucking Bakugo. Who knows? But I really don't like those sort of one-sided fucking relationships.
I thought he was into her. I thought he was like.
No, never once. No. I mean, I guess no. I was wrong. I have to take myself back. He does like see like the boobs of Hatsume, which Akuma mentioned earlier. He's like, your boobs are in my face, and he starts blushing. But he never did that with Ochako. So at least you know what. Another layer of Noelle is that Asta realizes that she likes him, and they play around like that. Like she's very tsundere towards him, but she stopped being as shy as she used to, like subtly. Like these are things that make this character like very interesting. And this character
completely forgot. Yeah, Asta straight up knows.
Yeah, and she knows that he knows, so she stopped being so ooh-wah-wah around him. So, man.
There's also a point that I know about in the story from what people have told me, where she kind of just takes charge in like a lot of situations, and she's like, "Well, fuck, we weren't strong enough here. Let's fucking do something about that."
Train.
She's the main one who was just like,
Yo, that is wild that she does. She is one of the like few characters on this list. Like,
nobody else here trains.
yeah.
well, technically.
I guess Sarada trains.
If you want to be technical, Sakura was trained.
What did she train on? Sucking dick?
If you really want to be super serious, nobody fucking works out harder than Mikasa.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, like, story-wise, not even like just character-wise, like Noelle at one point, just like, we weren't strong enough. We just got our asses kicked. Let's do something about this. The fact that she's the one to initiate that kind of stuff, that she is the one who initiates that kind of stuff, it's probably, and it wouldn't surprise me if that was intended, fucking Asta rubbing off on her.
And now she needs to rub off on Asta. Anyways, I think we handled that pretty cleanly.
Let's divvy these up.
Oh yeah, you're right. This list is not over yet.
No, that's not what I'm talking
What are you talking about?
The final boss. Who's worse? Sakura or Ochako?
Sakura.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive.
Are you? That's a.
Okay, so hang on.
Definitive.
Hang on. You know how Bulma is iconic as a character, right?
Oh my god.
Sakura is iconic as a bad character. I want you to honestly think about it. Whenever you talk to any fucking woman who likes manga and anime,
Nah, fuck that shit. I don't care. I'm talking about for me. Like really, I don't care. I don't Okay.
But okay,
I'm
but
talking
you
about-
agree
I
though,
think
right?
Anybody who watch Naruto, they usually hate Sakura, unless they're one of those weird people who like self-insert on the
Okay.
Sakura.
I think if I was just
That's
being
the
objective, just purely objective, I would say that Ochako is worse than Sakura. But you know, with any hint of subjectivity, I have stronger feelings towards Sakura than I do with Ochako. But they are like interchangeable. I'll be honest with you. And then Serena is not that far behind.
Serena's just up there because she sucks. Like, she exists only because the creator wanted to make a fucking love interest for Ash.
Then who's at the top of the trash heap?
May or Lucy?
Lucy. It's gotta be Lucy.
Because I feel like Lucy's like knocking on the door to see, bro.
That's why I'm saying she's at the top.
Like,
Like,
they sort of like,
Yeah, I
nah, bro. You got on a fake Gucci belt. Can't let you in.
Yeah.
I would say, I fucking hate Fairy Tail. I think it's bad. I think
Fairy
that
Tail fucking sucks, dude.
I think most of the characters in Fairy Tail are bad too. Even the ones that people like Erza. I think Erza's bad. But I would have to say Lucy's at the top of it. Like, she matters due to bad writing.
I think this order is good. What do you
She's I bet you in a couple of years we're still going to be we're still going to be able to, and people are still going to remember Lucy's character design and her character. She has a very distinct character.
Yeah.
Yes.
As for C tier is like mostly unordered.
I feel like C is fine.
Yeah.
I kind of want to bounce between Mikasa and Toka, but just because I think, like, legitimately, I think early Mikasa was very good. Yeah, I'd say it's fine. I'd say C is fine.
They both fall down the drain in different directions, though.
Yeah, they both, like, one becomes a housewife, and the other continues to simp for the Antichrist.
One becomes a nigga.
One becomes a fucking man.
Yeah. And then B tier, like Trish here. Sarada. Here, Alexis. I don't know. Alexis here.
Bro, stop trying to sneak JoJo's characters to the top.
I mean, that's
dude,
just,
I can't. I would put Nabora above Trish if I knew more about her.
Yeah, well, I know more about her, but I'm just being like fair to what you guys know, and we only know what's up to the current episode of the anime we're at.
Yeah.
So right here,
I'd
she
say
has
that's
room
right.
she has room to grow. And then A tier, I personally would order it like this. Maybe here. I guess that's fine.
I think that's fine. I like Nami. I don't know how to. I don't think she would be above. I think, again, good character, very strong, helps with the plot, helps solve things. Very, very iconic look.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I'm thinking, why is Misty on A, bro?
Cause she's good.
If you got the,
Because
bro,
she is,
Misty with
dude.
the
She's a
fucking
fucking.
toga
She is one, dude. She is one of the most iconic, like, red-haired anime girls.
I mean, she might be iconic, but she was like shit.
No,
Not
she
really.
wasn't. No,
Like,
Misty was great up until she got that piece of shit Togepi.
And then she lost Togepi, and every
And
time
she was
Misty,
good,
every
yeah.
time Misty and Brock show up in Pokemon after that, it's literally like, oh, Misty and Brock are fucking back.
Wow, nostalgia. Wow, look how much they developed.
It's like,
But-
no, Misty's actually good though.
Misty's good.
And then S.
S is. This is ordered. This is contentious. Personally,
You can put Rika. You can put Rika below.
Said person, bro.
You can
'Cause
put Rika
I
at
don't
the-
know
You can put
Kagura.
Rika at the bottom. You
I
can
don't
put
know
Rika.
Kagura.
You can put Haru at the bottom.
Nah,
No, because
Haru's a fucking good
you
character.
gotta just close your bias and then just look with pure brain energy. Just open your third eye, and she's like one of the most complex characters on this list.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like I'm lobbying for it so hard because she fucking like think about everything that happens just in season 1 of Beastars.
Bro, is Beastars even like a shonen?
Yeah, it's definitely a shonen.
Yeah.
It turns into like a pure battle shonen in the next arc.
It's just so yeah, I think this list makes sense.
Oh, there you have it, folks.
I'm just saying that my name should not be on this list.
The Otaku Clubhouse's definitive list of female heroines in shonen.
Actually, hold on. No. Don't stop. No, don't end this video. Mara. Shouldn't we have had, like, Soul on this list?
I thought about that, but he's not a woman.
Yeah, but maybe it shouldn't have been, like, heroines instead.
No. It's heroines.
Supporting opposite gender character.
No.
Of the main character.
No.
That's for another time.
I think we should have made a list like which is like the best girl, because this list is kind of
okay. We can make that list eventually, but this is for the heroines.
And the video.
The video is over. We'll see you guys in the next one.